A poet, alone on his stage. Every crevice of nothingness was lightless, but he is an artist of artists who paints with no brushes. He speaks, and a hush falls over the crowd. A rush of his spirit crushed the silence enough for creation, longing to be created, to be. To dance in his presence and sing of his holiness, because that's what the poet commanded. He whispered, microcosmic, so emptiness emptied itself and crashed down. The shadows bowed and chaos cracked under the weight of his words, day one. He separated light from darkness, thus creating time that he could keep in his poem so he could wrap his rhymes in rhythm, day two. He read between his lines and called that space sky, gave it watercolors to rain down on his new earth, day three. He ordered the sea to heed the shore so that flowers and trees and faith the size of mustard seeds could thrive. Then, day four, the sun lit the stage, a spotlight on him. He wrote purpose in the stars and they twinkled, whirling in brilliant flips and flickers, all to please the poet, the keeper of every word, the one who pulled the letters from his armory of imagery and laid them across that first sunrise. He spit bars that would imprison the night till he set it free to darken the day with twilight, strung phrases into lines that mapped out the rivers, and day five, he filled those rivers with fish and the land with beasts that trembled as his spoken word reverberated, and each verb created a mountain that he could move when he felt like it. But while the whole earth rumbled at the sound of his voice, the poet desired a creature that could join him in his work, snap for his glory, feel this poem in its soul. So on day 6, the poet made me. He breathed on the dust, and from crust of Eden I rose, but he thought me too good to just speak. He used sign language. It took hands to articulate an image that he could love so deeply. He plucked up my chest and set my heart to catch his cadence, told my lungs to hold their breath till the end of the stanza, then exhale, exaltations, ex nihilo. He kneeled down low to show me how he writes, held my hands and taught me how to mimic his masterpiece, model his strokes. We marveled at the poems we wrote, for they were beautiful to behold. So beautiful, in fact, that I thought I'd try writing without him. My pride inclined me to doubt him, thought I could make it without him. I perverted his verse, cursed his cursive, scratched out the poet's script for my kindergarten penmanship. I cracked open a chasm between us, and when the poet looked across the canyon, he saw prodigal in protege. Abandoned, the poet sat down to carve out a new block of text. The word, the Christ, the cornerstone to the bridge that he would build to get to me. He layered bricks of metaphor and repetition on metaphor and repetition to petition me to let him pen my next line. Then one day, I did. He wrote redemption I could never earn, and gave me life, though I deserved to burn. He washed away my lies and lust and death, revised, rewrote, erased my brokenness. The great I am, iambic, couldn't be pent up in meter. Jesus died and rose again. Let there be. The anaphora of ages that filled pages of poetry. Spilled blood and ink and midnight oil, poured grace over daughters and sons and sun and moon with all of her craters. With all of her craters. The Creator is calling his created home. Come to him, for it is written that you are good.